Okay, welcome back here. This is video number 5, and we've got a few more harmony things to do before we get to that little fast section. Of which, before anyone wonders where it is in this series of videos, in the playlist it'll be first. I made a separate video previous to this whole series that was purely on the little fast Irish section of this song. So go check that out. You'll find it. How to play the fast section of Thin Lizzy, Black Rose, basically. Anyway, let's get to this section here. So now it comes where the harmonies kind of really kick in right before the fast Irish section. We have two sections. One's doing this. Okay. The other section is doing similar to before, which is doing this. Okay, it's a little bit different because it's not putting 2 extra notes on at the end. But if you looked at the section, so we start at the higher bit that we just did. We've already gone through this section. We did it like this, firstly. But basically, we just want to take those last 2 notes off there. And the second time that we did it, the first time, the last 2 notes were... We were literally just taking those 2 notes off each time, you know. The first time it's, second time it's, take those 2 notes out, and it's the same thing from the previous video, okay? So I won't go over that bit, I'll just say, basically hold that last note, so it'll be... Okay, so we're just really playing that note at the end. I'm not putting any ending notes to it to lead back in or lead out. And we've already gone through that phrase, but I wanted to show you what the differences were in this case. Okay, so the harmony section to this, this is going to be 4 times from the 11th fret on the G to the 12th fret on the D, okay? Firstly. And then we go 12th fret on the G, 12th fret on the D, and then back to the 11th fret on the G and 12th fret on the G. So the last 2 are okay. So fret the first part. And the final part is okay, which is 14th fret on the D. And then we hammer on from the 12th to the 14th to the 12th. Hammer on, pull off, that is. So again, that quick hammer on, that is basically the way this hammer on is played is you'll find a lot in the Irish music. And then last 3 notes, 11th fret on the D, 14th on the A to 12th on the A. Okay, so that's the harmony section for that first little bit. Okay, so this is the section that I accidentally put in the previous video, which I re-uploaded correctly. And anyway, it's harmonies. Sounds like this on 1. The higher harmony goes. Okay, so the lower harmony, starting off on the 7th fret here of the G. Then we go 7th fret on the D, and twice on the 7th fret of the G again, okay? And then once again, 7 on the D, twice 7 on the G. So that's easy, right? You have to roll your finger around a little bit, the first finger. Then we have the little twiddle, which is 9th fret, then 7, hammer on to 9, pull off to 7. Then we have same thing that we did on the 7th fret on the 5th, so we have starting off on the 5th fret, then we go 5 on the D, and then 5 twice on the G again, okay, and then that again. So there we go, that's the first one. The higher harmony, take everything up to the higher string, so 1 string higher basically. So we have, so again, B string, once on the 7th fret, and twice 7th fret on the G, no, sorry, once 7th fret on the G, then twice on the B after, okay? And then that again. And then we go, which is the 8th fret on the G, and 7, hammer onto 8, pull off. Then, which is basically the 5th fret on the B first, and then once on the G on the 5th fret, then twice on the B, and then that again, once on the G, twice on the B. So that's that part, right? So these little parts are actually fairly easy really, but they just sound really nice together with the harmonies, and that's kind of what this song is partly about for this area. Okay, so the next section, we have a harmony. I'll tell you what the first part is, because you'll already know this, we went through this in the last video. It goes... Okay, you'll know that from the end of the last video, but there is a harmony to that, which goes... So that's the part we're going to go over, because we've already learnt the last part, and if you don't know the last part, you can find it in the last video. There's no point in going over it twice. But, so we're going to go... Okay, so the first 3 notes are going to be 4th fret on the G to 5 to 7. Okay. Then we're going to go, which is 5 to 7 to 9. Then we're going to go 7 to 9 to 11. Okay, we slide into these notes, but we pick them. Don't really hear the slide too much. And then we're going to go 9th fret to 10th fret. Okay, just playing them. Then we're going to go, okay, which is a half tone bend here on the 11th fret of the G, and then bend it up and down, and listen to the timing of that, okay? And then we play that 9th fret, so it's da 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 da, okay? Then we have, so you can pull off if you want. Then we go. You can pull off or play these notes, pick them or whatever. And they are 12th fret on the D to 9th fret on the D. And then the 12th fret of the A. And then what I do here is bend with my first finger downwards on the 10th fret of the A. Then bend it down and back up, okay? Or up and down technically, you know, musically, but the action we're doing is pulling it, okay? So we're going to bend it up and down, then 9th fret. So that's the harmony for that little section. Okay, so this next section here, before we end up playing that little fast Irish section that comes up, we have 2 sections. One sounds like this. And the other section is... Okay, so that's the lower harmony, the final one. Well, let's play the first one anyway. So we go... Okay, those notes there, 6 notes. It goes 11, 12, 14 on the G. And then 12, 14 on the G, and then 12 on the B. Then we go, which is 14 on the G, 12, 15 on the B, and then 12, 15 on the B again, before the bend, okay? Then we go, which is a full tone bend up and down, and then play the 12th fret on the B. Then we go, which is 14, 12, 11, and then 12, 14, 12, 11, okay? So that's the higher section. The lower section, firstly, we have 12, 14 on the D, and then 11 on the G. Then we have, which is 14 on the D, 11, 12 on the G. Then we have, which is 11, 12, 14 on the G. Then finally 12, 14 again on the G. Then we go a full tone bend up and down on that 14 on the G. Then 12. Then the ending is, okay, 11 on the G, and then 14, 12 on the D. Finally we have, which is 14 on the D, 11 on the G, and then finally 14, 12 on the D. Okay. So once again, okay, you can miss that end bit on. I'm just adding a bit of flair because that's the final bit before we do the fast section. So the next video, as I said, we've already done the fast video lesson for this song. Check that out. Okay, it's separate to technically these set of videos, but it is going to be put in the same set list at the very top. So if you're wondering where it is, that is where it is. So the next video will be post the fast iris section, so stay tuned for that.